Well, good afternoon, folks, and here you are, and I am at Noel's Garden Tractors and Firewood here today. And today is Sunday, February 16th, and my grandson's birthday today. So, we're waiting on another storm here today. More March weather in February. So, we'll go and have a look and see what the weather is bringing. Now, what do we got here? Let's see, the pointer is working. That's how it seems to be working. It's warmed up today. So, at the moment, we're at minus 10 Celsius. Not working. There we go. At 15 degrees Fahrenheit. Wind is calm. Oh, you don't see that too often. So there we go. That's the calm before the storm, as they say. So we're supposed to be minus 9 sun and cloud today. So I guess we're just about there at the temperature. And then we get the snow and ice pellets. And then up to 3 degrees tomorrow and mixed or drizzle mixed with freezing drizzle. So, and then flurries back down to minus 9 tomorrow night, Monday night. Tuesday is flurries, 2 degrees, minus 2. And we're back up to 3 degrees on Wednesday, cloudy, 4 degrees, minus 4 degrees on Thursday, minus 5. Friday, flurries, and then minus 6 on Saturday, 22nd of February. So the temperatures are warming up a bit. So that means we're getting closer to March. Yeah, so we have a freezing rain warning. Isn't that just lovely? Okay, freezing rain is expected or occurring in a duration of 4 hours about Queens and Kings County, time span overnight tonight. Snow will go into ice pellets and into freezing rain, and then there were several hours of blah 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 and drizzle and wind too, which they're not saying there. Anyway, it's supposed to be windy and just a mess of a day that. So, what is going on here today? We don't really know. I'm starting to ramble already, and I'm only into the start of the Sunday chat. Sorry, the Sunday afternoon fireside chat. So, we've got the fire on, and we've got the lanterns going, and I found a little bit more work for myself. Isn't that lovely? On my favorite things. Yeah, but anyway. All I need to do, I think, for this one is clean it up, sharpen the saw and chain, I guess, and clean it up a little bit and stuff. I think this one still ran good, but I can't remember. This one might need a carburetor kit, and I never did seem to have much luck in doing them, so it may just get a new carburetor. But we'll see how it runs first, I guess. And I'm going to check something on it. I've been watching a channel out of Wisconsin, and it's called the Greasy Shop Rag. And Scott does small engine work, mostly two-stroke stuff. So he's got a pretty good system there on how to check things as soon as you get a saw in and you crash it down on the table. that dislodges any of the dirt in them, I guess. Anyway, so I did learn a little something from Scott there one time on how to check something. So I've been kind of keeping that in my mind, what to do first before I do too much to them, to see what the trouble is, why they won't run. So anyway, he uses a vacuum test on them. So I had trouble with this one last year, and what did I do? Well, I took the hose out and took the filter off the hose from inside the tank. And I don't know if this is the right way to do it, but I figured he's using vacuum, so I figured, well, I'll use pressure and just see. It should be the same result. So sure enough, when I blew into the gas line for that one, it wouldn't hold pressure. It would blow right through. So I said, aha. So there was a broken line in it. So I fixed that, and it's been working good ever since. So I may do that with this one too, just to see. But I don't have the tools for checking. I don't know what they do with they take the exhaust manifold off and they check pressure through the cylinder, I guess. And then they do another one that checks the crankcase. So that's a little bit out of my league. I don't have the tools for that, nor the knowledge, I suppose. But anyway, if I watched those videos enough, I probably would be able to figure it out, maybe. Anyway, this one is the second saw, I suppose. Like you go to the woods, or you go to the wood pile, or you do this, or you're doing that, and you get there, and then all of a sudden the saw you're using breaks, and you can't repair it quickly. Well, it's just as well off to have a second saw there, so you can just kind of keep on going, and then fix the other one whenever you get a chance. That's the thing I always try and do, is to have two saws, so that one breaks, you got another one to fall back on. Anyhow, that's an upcoming thing. Whether I video that or not, I don't know. But it's just basically sharpening the saw and cleaning the dirt out of it, I suppose. Everybody has seen those videos, so. If I do get into changing the carburetor, I might video that. But anyway, I don't know how old these saws are. That one could be 10 years old, I'm not sure. I bought that one used, and it's been a pretty good saw. I did put a 20-inch bar on it. It did have a 15-inch bar on it. And this one, it's supposed to have a 14-inch bar on it, and I put an 18-inch bar on it. Yeah, it works fine. I don't see what the big deal is about having too long a bar on them. I very rarely would ever get into an 18-inch log, so I'm still only cutting a 10-inch log, whether it's a 15-inch bar or 16-inch bar or 20-inch bar or whatever. I don't really see what the difference is. Maybe the drag of the chain on the saw bar, maybe. I don't know if that makes any difference or not. Anyway, I am not an expert in chainsaws whatsoever. Anyway, this one I had gotten for free, and that was 2 years ago, I think. And it ran pretty good. And when I took it apart, what was wrong with it? Oh yeah, the oil pump was gone in it. So when I took it all apart, I put a new oil pump in it. I could tell that it hadn't been run a lot. So I figured, well, that's good. It's kind of like new. We just needed a pump in it. So So I did the pump, and it worked great. And then, of course, it always, with me, things work great. Then all of a sudden, they start having trouble. So I did have troubles with this one a bit. So into the two holes there, adjusting one way and adjusting the other way, and sometimes you get it and sometimes you don't. Yeah, it's just not my thing. That anyway, I never did like two-stroke stuff, but if you're doing wood, that's basically what you got to have, is that right there, or newer or older or whatever. So there's a pretty good ramble on that. So what else is going on? What else is going on? Well, like I say, we're waiting for that March storm to come in February. And I was over at my son's place yesterday, and boy, it was windy over there yesterday. It was about minus, I don't know, minus 10 or 11 or something like that. And the wind was just a howling coming from the west. And the son had a bunch of snow we wanted to get moved. So he had the 1951 Ferguson tractor out with the rear 7-foot blade on it, and was cleaning up some stuff. And he had the Ford 1210 compact tractor outside also. So I figured, well, I'll get in the Ford and do some snow blowing. Now, this is really the first time I've ever used the snow blower on that tractor. And just let me tell you now, Dave, it's a different little story here. Sitting in that cab with no heat was a lot better than sitting out on the old Ferguson tractor with no cab. I can tell you that. Man, oh man, it was some cold yesterday, but it wasn't really too bad in the unheated cab. Yeah, yeah, cab is the way to go when it's windy and cold out, that's for sure. Even this old cab here, even though it's not airtight by any means, boy, it sure keeps the wind off you. Dave's favorite tractor. I'm sure I'm going to hear about that. All right, so what else have we got on the go? Like, the chainsaws aren't going to be for a while yet, so more than likely this week I'm going to get back to putting the bearings in the spindles on this mowing deck. This one and this one. Bearings are right in that bag. So that's going to be that. And yeah, that I kind of get off track there maybe with the cab. You know, that's the topic of the day, is the cab, with Dave and I anyway. Yeah, but anyway, that little Ford tractor my son's, holy cat, they work some slick. It's got lots of oomph to blow the snow away for a 16 horsepower diesel tractor. She blows the snow pretty good. The snow blower on it is 52 inches wide. It's about 2 feet tall, so she'll take quite a bite, and she can move the snow. Yeah, the handy little tractor. Great thing for him to have around there to clean up the areas that he wants. So the John Deere here, I did have it out a couple of times, and I did run the snow blower with the electric clutch, and I had the headlights and taillights on, and I had my heated seat on. And so far, it has restarted. So I'm thinking that it more than likely was some of the battery's problem. But I still think that it's not charging enough. But if it keeps up like that, and it keeps working, well, that'd be fine. I don't normally have the lights on anyway, and I'm not out at nighttime with it anymore, so But the light is, they're staying, this one here I thought was going to be a trouble because it's in there fairly loose, but it's staying there pretty good. Not moving around like I thought it was gonna. So I did check, and I can't remember now, but I did check the output of the stator on this tractor. If you hook your voltage meter to the two wires that come from the stator, and you have your engine running at full throttle, it should be producing anywhere from about 28 to 32 volts AC. Then some people call it a regulator and some people call it a rectifier. So I'm not read up on that stuff too much, but anyway, that's what it is right there. Regulator or rectifier, whichever one you want to call it. Now maybe they're different, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, you take these two leads right here. This lead and that lead. And that goes to your stator. Take them off of the regulator, put your voltage meter in them, run her at full throttle, and see what your AC voltage is. Then the rectifier or regulator then changes that to DC. I kind of think it changes it in half, so if you have 28 volts AC, it will produce about 14 volts DC. Again, I'm not sure if that's how it actually works, but that's what it kind of seems like to me. Now, some regulators or rectifiers, this is a 10 amp system. Some of them are 15, and the 15 ones have 3 terminals, but they're not all in a line. There'd be one here, one there, and then one over here. And I can't remember how they're set up. Anyway, these two here go to your stator. This one is the battery one. So you should be able to take this off and put a continuity tester in there. Turn your key to the run position, and you should have continuity through all the wiring system. Key switch, amp meter, from the continuity from here to the positive on the battery. So if you're having a no charge problem, then something in between here to here could be broken, like a fuse or short to ground or bad connection or wire off or something like that. Anyway, that's basically how them things kind of work that I know of anyway. So we'll just check that battery just for the fun of it. I'll just set these down here somewhere. I'll get my meter out and I'll check that battery, see what it is for voltage. I had it out yesterday afternoon. That's the video that I had posted late yesterday. I'm going to put this here so you can. Going to fall down there or no? Maybe not. I'll keep an eye on you though so you don't fall over. Find my tester. Right on the battery terminals so you don't get any chance of a bad connection. I should say right on the battery posts, not on the terminals. .2 volts, so that's not too bad. It's coming up. It was 12.0 something the other day, and then the last time I tried it, it was 12.1, and now it's 12.2, so that's good. Good. And it turns over fine to start, so. All right, now. Okay, so getting back to the charging system, like Dave's favorite tractor here has the same system. It's got a 10 amp system in it, and it's got the heated seat, and it's got the electric clutch and lights and flashing light and all that stuff, and it has no trouble keeping the battery up. Anyway, but I think one time I checked this on the stator. I don't know if I said this or not. I repeat myself maybe, but like I say, you check the two lines from the stator, and you should be getting 28 to 32 about AC voltage on full throttle. And I think this one was hovering around 27 or something like that. 20 was below what I thought it should be, really. Normally they're up around the 30 volts. But anyway, now I don't know what would cause it to be a little bit lower, because the magnets are there and the stator part is there, and it's all done by wire, so if the wire went bad, there wouldn't be any voltage. So I don't know what or where the resistance would be to lower the voltage. But anyway, that could be a good topic for a fellow who I know likes figuring them kind of things out. There now, so the wood pile. Well, the wood pile's doing all right. I'm kind of beginning to wonder if I'm going to have enough wood. Yeah, so I shouldn't have maybe taken that wood down from up there. It looks like I have less now. Anyway, so anyway, we're just kind of halfway past the middle of February, so we've got at least 2 months of full burning yet, and then it will start to get a little bit less once you get to the middle to the end of April. And that way I don't think I'll run out if it happens that way. Anyway, so we're using our pickaroon here. Great tool. If you're doing firewood, it sure is handy to have. Handy tools. Yep, handy tools. Well, yeah, that'll give me enough for a little easier to reach now, that's for sure. So let me just put this back in here, and there we go. So now, what am I going to do now? Oh yes, well we have this nice Cape Breton birch firewood from Open Air Adventure, Kenny. And we have this great hat, toque I guess they call them. Okay, now firewood. Mike has got a great channel there. And then we have, I better go get my water too, so. And then we have Rick's Outdoors. Rick and Donita are in the wood yard doing their splitting and sawing, and yeah, and holy cats, Rick got a new chainsaw too, now that I think of it. The Husqvarna 372 XP, I believe is what it is. That's a big saw, 5.5 horsepower. I think I looked up the specs on it, and he's got a 32-inch bar on it. But he can use it because he cuts big wood. Big wood. And usually all red oak. Yeah. Anyway, I better get a drink of that cold water. My throat is kind of off today a bit. There now. Yeah, they've got a great channel going there. They got the new conveyor. And Donita is still smiling. She likes that. Rick got mad at her the other day for watching the conveyor and the wood going up the conveyor too much. She wasn't listening to him. Anyway, they have a lot of fun in their channel there. Then we have Gator's World. All right, so I guess I'm running out of things to talk about here again, and I'm hoping to have this one out maybe this week to see how it's going to work after the repairs. I didn't get a whole lot of chance to try out my modification on the chute because the pulley went bad down in there. So I'm still kind of curious about that. I made that so that it's a 6-inch outlet instead of an 8-inch. Yeah, well, we'll see if it makes much difference, I guess. We did get it out for a little bit there, but didn't really get enough time to kind of watch it and see how it was going to work. Anyway, she'll soon be getting into the grass cutting mode once I get that deck fixed up. Once I get the deck fixed up. Be cutting grass with her in a couple of months. Well, 3 months, I guess, maybe. March, April, May. It'll be 3.5 months before we'll be cutting grass here. It seems that the camera shut off there. I must have been at my 30-minute mark, so this is going to be a longer video. So we'll get at the stickers here quickly. Quick. And I don't have my studio light set up, so I guess we all can see here. We have Grampy's workshop, and we'll have to get our camera situated here. Just hang on a second now. We got the camera in the wrong way. Let's make it easier. Just there now. Okay. So yeah, Grampy's workshop. On Friday's video there, he was out with the nice little Massey Ferguson tractor with cab out plowing his driveway. And we have orange is my new green. Luke, if you haven't seen anything from Luke in probably what, 5-6 months now. So hard to know what's going on. Hopefully everything's all right. Murphy mowers. And I don't know if Lee had a video this week or not. Anyway, Len's keeping busy. Well, he's a busy fellow here, this Len. He made himself a camper on his trailer that he uses for hauling wood. Now, this trailer is hauled by a garden tractor. It's not a big trailer. He made himself a camper, the sides and the floor and the this and the that, and insulated it all, and that's quite a project. There's 2 videos, I think, on that, so you should go and watch that. And now we still got a video about today with, holy cats, he had a whole bunch of snow. And he was cleaning that up. Plus, he's waiting for a storm like I am here. So I think he's getting the storm today also. Anyway, Len's got lots to do there. Len's a creative, very creative fellow, that's for sure. And then we have a garden tractor boy. And, of course, I haven't watched that yet, Joseph, but I will. Then we have In the Backyard with Dell. Dell's got a new sticker. Then we have Boda Bob. Then we have Garden Tractor Boy again. And then we have Mr. Gary, the old church 5-acre homestead. What was he talking about the other day now? I forget now. Yeah, well, that's the way it is with me. I can't remember. Then we have Open Air Adventure, Kenny. And the sticker's just starting to come off just a wee little tiny bit, Kenny. Look at that. And that's right there. And right down here. And right there. Now I think I'll run my thumb over it and it should go back into place. And then we have RCAF Polar Express out cleaning up his driveway today in the snow without any cab. 45 centimeters of snow we got. And he's out in that, as somebody said, dressed up like a polar bear and out in that snow and cold where he could have a cab. And even an unheated cab would be better than being out in all that snow. Dave. Well, I'm going to get it today, I think. Maintenance with Mike. Mike had a great video there. He had one from a while ago where he was working on his home light chainsaw with the stripped stud that holds the chain bar, or the bar on the saw. So it was quite an undertaking to get that apart. And get another stud and get it back together, but he did all that. So it's a 2-part video. great video that he did. And we still don't know where all the air filter went, but I've got an idea. Anyway, that's a good video. You should go and watch that, Maintenance with Mike. And there's 2 videos on this, working on this chainsaw. Then we have Lewis Mowers and Boats. He's still got a couple of videos on the go, and I can't remember now. I've seen some, and some I haven't. So he's a good fellow to watch too. Then we have Retired for Life, Brian. Brian got a sticker from Gary. Tractor Talk with Gary. Brian got a sticker, and Brian got the Kubota one. And it's just as big as that sticker. That's a nice sticker. Rick's Outdoors, I kind of mentioned them. New chainsaw, new conveyor, and Donita is smiling from ear to ear. There we go. Noel's Garden Tractors and Firewood. Well, he's waiting for another mess of a snowstorm. 2 days, so it's coming tonight and tomorrow. And Rick, Twin Brook Acres. Rick is having some troubles there with the snowblower on his tractor. Got a noise coming out of the gearbox, he figures. And he's getting the same storm that I'm getting. It's probably storming there now, I would say. Everyday Projects, Craig. He had a good one on there today. I would never have thought of that. The coolant temperature sensor wasn't working, and the car wouldn't start. So the coolant sensor is hooked in with the computer and the fuel injection system, and it tells everything to how cold the temperature of the engine is. Or not so much the engine, but I guess the coolant in the engine. So if the computer can't sense that, it doesn't know what to do, and doesn't put enough fuel in to start it when it's cold. That's the idea, I guess. Good video. Craig does a great job of explaining all that, and has his cardboard drawings out to show you. Yeah, dandy video. And Gravely Man Small Engine Repair, Ernie. He had a video there that I missed, but I did see it today. Putting the shear pins, or shear bolts, is what some people call them, in the snowblower. Yeah, great video there. Good information. Jeremiah Outdoors in the 608. Good video there. He was back at the, what does he call it? Line fence, I think. Cutting down, he's got the job of cutting wood out of that line fence. Or some people call it a fence line. I call it a fence row. Or I call it a fence line sometimes, I guess. Anyway, he's cutting the wood out of it and getting the wood for himself, and cleaning the fence to brush up and all that kind of stuff. So, good one. Now, if you're a hungry person and you like salt cod, go see Tucker and I. Gary's got a great video out there on cooking up some potatoes and salt cod and drawn butter, which I've never heard of before. And it's so easy to do. I know I could do that. It is an easy recipe, and holy cats, I'm telling you. What I know about salt cod and eating that makes a great dinner, that'd be a real good video for you to go and see if you're into salt fish, salt cod. And then we have cod raven. And Brian and Holly are in their winter cottage, I guess I think it's called, or winter cabin. What I see lately now, I don't know. I think I seen one where Brian was out getting some wood. So he's got a spot where he can go get wood and take it back to the cabin. And Big Sons, I don't imagine he's cutting grass yet, but he's probably still out exercising, getting ready. Allen Family Firewood. Well, it was a Valentine's type of video there the other day, so I really can't tell you. I can't remember what all was in it, so you should maybe go and see that one. That's a good one. And then we have the Log Father. He had a video out on, oh, jumps in bad for remembering what's what. It was a good video too. We had a little chat there. I always like watching Jeff with his chats. Daryl Wells, different stuff. He had a couple of snowstorms there. He had his ATV out with the plow out cleaning up the driveway and had a little bit of troubles with it. Larry Cluck. What was Larry doing? He had a little fire there one afternoon in a little fire pit. Ross on the land. Ross got a new camera. That's what Ross did. And it swivels around and follows him. And I don't know how he operates it, but it's quite a thing. K&L Firewood, Mike. Great channel there to go and watch. Yeah, dandy. Gator's World. Gator's World, he is still working on a generator. Apparently there's only going to be one more video on that series. But his last video here, he figures out what to do to start the engine without him pulling it over by hand. Good video to go and watch. And he'll explain it all to you as to how he does that without using the pull cord. Then we have the Bradleys on Catbird Hill. John's the man with all kinds of chainsaws. And I mean all kinds of them. I should just get John to come and fix mine. And then I could give him the leaking beeping chainsaw for his collection. Oh dear. Anyway, Father and Son Outdoors. And then we have Club Dora. I don't think I've seen anything from Al this week. And then we have Tractor Talk with Gary. Gary's got a great channel on there. All kinds of information on basically tractors and wood cutting and them kind of things. And we have the tractor, the smoke approved Gary. Gary approved that smoke that I put on there, is what I'm trying to say. Oh dear, I'm getting something, I guess, but anyway. All right, that's going to be it. I'm going to have to shut her off because I'd say, well over our 30 minutes here today. I didn't think it was going to be. I figured, holy cats, I'm not going to have anything to talk about today. And it was only going to be about a 15-minute video. Yeah, right. Anyway, have a great day, and wherever you're at and whatever you're doing, I guess I'll have an update on the storm maybe tomorrow or Tuesday. We'll see how things go and what I'm going to do to clean it up. All right. Goodbye now.